Welcome to the Whiskey Vault.
All right, we're gonna have to knock all this out in 15 minutes. All 6 episodes. Every episode gets 2 minutes.
Can we do shots for the first time? We're gonna have to.
Yeah, I know.
It tastes like burning.
Yeah.
Also burning. Why is it all burning?
Oh God! Welcome to the gift from Cody Buczyna, a magnificent bastard.
Cody Buczyna, you magnificent bastard.
This is Bonfire straight bourbon whiskey.
Okay.
Made from a company called the Brazos Valley Vodka Company.
Huh.
It's Texan.
Aged 3 years.
Yeah, now, I can't, even though on the bottle it just says bottled by or produced by.
Right.
But everyone on the website, it talks about Texas grain and stuff like that. So this...
You think they made it, they just didn't put distilled by?
I don't know. I think worst case scenario, it's another Texas distillery that made it for them.
Okay.
But it's Texan. Best case scenario, they actually made it and aged it for 3 years and they just decided not to put distilled by on the bottle for some random reason.
Okay.
But I like the guy. This is Jimmy Bird.
Okay, on the nose, green apple.
Ooh, yes.
Green apple.
I have a feeling I think I know what this is and I would like to compare it, but it's no point because the thing I'd compare it to, no one can get that either. So.
Green apple and black tea. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a soft honey wheat note. Like a what do you call the squares of shredded wheat with the sugar on one side? It's just shredded wheat, right? Frosted mini wheats.
Mini wheats.
Yeah. Like a sugared wheat.
Yeah, I get that.
And then the green apple is stronger for you than it is for me. I had to dig for that. I could say apple.
First thing. That was the first thing. It for the first few seconds, it hit me as like a Fuji apple, and then immediately that sweet
Sour
Fuji apple became kind of tart, and that was
Tart's
like, oh,
a
the
better
green
word.
apple. Yeah.
Smells nice.
Yeah.
Actually.
Oh, whiskey distillers do not like you to use the word sour.
No, they really don't.
They don't.
No, because that means something went wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, but sometimes they're sour, so you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah,
but.
and that's because something went wrong. Yeah. I actually don't mind the smell of this. It's still a little shiny for 3 years.
It is. Yeah, it's kind of bright. The ethanol layer. That's
I gotta say,
kind of dingy.
That is really light for a 3-year-old Texas whiskey.
Yeah, it has
and
to be.
that makes me nervous.
Has to be full-size barrels.
Or
And-
not Texan.
Yeah. Even full-size barrels, 3 years, you're typically going to get darker than that.
Yeah, we have a very used 2-plus-year-old barrel.
Although, here's the thing, what part of Texas?
our
Because if you get way up in
even
the northern
iron
tip,
root. Even iron root
I'm
stuff
saying,
gets dark.
but see the handle bit that goes way up, like into Oklahoma. Once you're in Oklahoma, they get like real winters and anyways. Just because it's magically in state lines, then it gets darker.
Yeah, exactly.
Going in.
It's very soft.
It tastes
candied,
very much in line with what the nose would lead you to
Yeah,
believe.
identical. Just straight across. What?
There's a little bit more of a cream, almost vanilla note underneath all of that. But yeah, still bright.
It's a very pleasant, easy drinker.
There's not a lot of body though.
No, it's very thin.
I want the
and a little bit
body,
shiny.
though.
I don't see how that can be Texan.
The body though.
There's
because all of the flavors are kind of high, sweet, bright, light, maybe even kind of almost crisp. The only exception would be first approach. You get this bit of a cream layer underneath, but there's like not a lot of heft. It's not very oily. A lot of times people describe a whiskey as either like thin and brittle or like dense and oily. Not dense and oily. This is going to be a little bit on the thinner, sweeter, brighter side of things. And then going back to the nose.
Nope.
You finally start to pull back the curtain on a little bit of that oak. You get it in you, and now the sweetness gives way for a little bit of oak.
Okay, like I don't want to have to do this, but I'm going to do this.
It starts to get simpler too. Every time you go back, you're acclimating to some of those layers, and you get this general just whiskey sweetness.
I just want to see.
What'd you pull out?
An MGP.
Okay. This is not, I mean, what would the mash bill be for the MGP?
Same as ours, 75-21-4.
That is not.
No, this is weeded.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Okay.
But I'm looking for something that even the MGP wheated also has in it. I mean, it's a crossover, regardless of wheat or rye, that this one thing that MGP has I'm looking for. I don't know.
Meh.
No. It's soft and it's approachable and it's gonna be, you know what? Let's compare it to a generic wheated.
Okay.
Real quick, because I don't know.
What do you mean by generic wheat?
Well, I mean like really easily accessible, like a Maker's Mark.
Right.
Right? Like anybody can get Maker's Mark. It's wheated. I'm gonna pour while you're doing your thing.
So, who took these? Are you bullshitting the notes, or is it subjective to everyone?
Why do we
Total bullshit.
No, my question is why do we have to choose one?
Nothing but bullshit. So here's the thing. Whiskey is often very subjective. I'm never going to say totally subjective, but it is very subjective. And rule number one in our community is the best whiskey is the whiskey you like to drink, the way you like to drink it. Now, pattern recognition is a thing, and sometimes people will say things that are so weird, like it tastes like graham cracker, or it tastes like a campfire with toasted marshmallows as the sea air goes through a pine forest. That gets very, very flowery, and for somebody that's new to the scene, they'd be like, what are you just talking out of your ass? This is total bullshit. But they have gone into the space where there's associative memories and past experiences are connecting. But in general, the most common flavors that people are experiencing are going to be pretty simple, like vanilla, or apple, or honey, or oak, things like that. But the more experience somebody gets, they tend to get more flowery. Go on, flower man.
I was trying to go for the yawn.
Yeah.
I didn't have one in
me. It wasn't
me,
a natural one. You faked it.
I know, I didn't have one in me, so I had to fake the yawn.
So what's the pattern recognition thing that justifies you being here? But really, everybody knows.
It's the eye candy. Really, the whole package. Brains, brawn.
So is it bullshit or is it very subjective?
It's both.
Yeah. Bye.
No, what I mean is that if there's two layers of pattern recognition. There's the layer in which you can self-identify things and easily remember them. And then there's a layer in which you can describe something in a way that other people can identify with your experience, right? And so really good tasters are very, very good at their own internal markers, but not all of them are good at external markers that other people can identify with.
Can I jump in real quick? That's often the kind of expert taster that people look at and say, wow, they're so experienced and just precise. They get all these flowery things. Look what they can identify. But that is rarely helpful for somebody that is trying to find something that you're describing.
Yeah, it's like watching Eric Johnson, right? It's like impressive guitar playing, but no real soul. You know what I mean? Like when you watch him, you think, that is amazing.
Right.
But hearing Cliffs of Dover once is enough, right? And then you want to listen to B.B. King or Stevie Ray Vaughan or Jimi Hendrix.
Something that you feel a little bit more viscerally connected to.
Yes.
Something that feels more familiar.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, for the comparison of whiskey to whiskey, it is there's an overlap with Makers in the wheated bourbon category, but imagine Makers has so much more body.
Yeah, I was about to say, why did you pull out Makers?
Because of the soft wheat sweetness.
Yeah, okay.
Imagine if you took Makers and you stripped out all of the mid palate and left only the sweetness and the shiny highs.
The cherry is gone.
Yeah.
The oak is gone.
Yeah.
The things that, frankly, I like about Makers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, we got the Moose 76. I don't think these pretentious whiskey Gen Z ankle biters know what they are drinking. Someday they will look back.
I had to Google the year breakdown for Gen Z. We would have had to have been born in the 90s.
Okay. He's talking about us?
Yeah.
Gen Z. Okay. I thought you were talking about just actual Gen Z. What am I? I think I'm a Gen X between Gen X and Millennial.
Yeah, you're on the edge of Millennial and I'm Gen X, like clear cut.
Yeah.
Sarah's Millennial.
Your sister?
Yeah.
Okay.
81 was the break, evidently. 1981.
Someday they will look back at what we were drinking and what. I don't know. I'm too pretentious to not understand where Moose 76
was going with that.
Coming from. And I can't really taste the whiskey because my mouth is so full of ankle.
Yeah. That's better than sniffing seats. Biting ankles.
Anything's better than sniffing seats.
All right. Hammer.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to just straight on dislike about it.
No.
But I feel like I've had this whiskey dozens of times before.
Yep.
And it's fine. Here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
If you fight me, I fight for a friend.
Steal, may you steal your liver's heart.
And if you drink, may you drink with us.